Sarakāni. Someone came up. I'm tired. Who's this? Someone came up and asked, in my view, very good question, because I suspect that the express confusion is something that maybe many of you share, but you didn't come out and ask me. And so I assume you know. And the question is, you know, talk about 4 factors, 4 association this, then confirm confident Buddha, and then 3 factors. How do you all add up? Do you all have the same question? 4 factors that define this guy, 4 factors, 4 affirm confidence in the Buddha, and then 3 factors, and how do they all add up? Do you all have this confusion? Association with the wise. You see, so how do you know that you are a stream enterer? What does it all mean? And why is it sometimes the Buddha says, oh, dropping 3 factors inside stream enterer? And this is saying, the stream enterer is someone with 4 conditions, 4 mental factors. Or why does it say this and that? And how do they all come together? Do you have this question? Does it puzzle you?
I think they don't understand your question.
You understand my question? I'm not in Singapore. You can find me, you can find him. And you can find him and him. Then you go look for them. Let me ask you, if someone asks you, so what's a stream enterer? What would you say? If someone asks you, what is a stream enterer? Now that you have 3 suitors down. That's a stream enterer? Because you all are following the path. Huh?
Yeah,
so are you a stream enterer?
I'm sincerely following and I can see it pushing me. I can internalize what he's trying to ask me to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to do it and
Okay.
see the change in myself.
Okay.
I can
Okay,
see that I'm very happy.
Okay. If you see what I'm saying, if I were to ask you what is the Dhamma, and you know the Dhamma, you have so much info. When I ask you, explain the Dhamma to the 5-year-old, what would you say? Would the 5-year-old understand you? You know what I'm saying? The test of whether you know or not what is said is, can you explain to the 5-year-old? You make it younger, 4-year-old. No, a normal kid. A normal kid. Normal people. The test of whether or not whoever you are getting to talk to you, the test of whether or not this person understands is how easy can this person make it for you. You can't, you will struggle. You will say things, and I will know exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. You will say a lot of things, a lot, and the more you say, the more proliferation there will be. And then you say, you know what, I know, but I don't know how to explain. If you don't know how to explain, the chances are your understanding is incomplete. Because if your understanding is complete, you are all in your own area. Let me ask you, how many of you are housewife? You don't go out to work, you are a housewife, okay? How many of you have never done a day of housework? You don't know much about housework. Wash clothes, I tried. Now, if I ask a housewife to explain to you how to wash clothes and iron clothes, you think he can do it? Easily. Now I teach you, I ask her to teach you. Now I ask you to explain to another, you think you can explain? You will struggle if you've never done housework. How many of you are professionals in your own field? Meaning you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you are architect, you're an engineer, that sort of things. Professionals. How many of you, okay, now I ask you to explain to someone else exactly what you do. Impossible means you're not good at it.
No, because they are not learners in that field.
But
so,
you have to explain.
So we explain to someone who's totally unknown to the field. It's like teaching.
How do you think the Buddha explained to you? If you say it like this, Dhamma is an absolutely alternative reality. How do you think he can explain to you? So your mind must be able to crunch whatever knowledge that you have and make it bite-sized possible. The person hasn't seen, but it's your job to make it possible for the person to see within his own realities. You understand? You think about it. You have seen the Buddha's Dhamma, man? And if it's not possible, then how do you learn? How can we all ever learn? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But if you are extremely skillful in heart surgery, for instance, and none of us is, let me explain. Something simpler. Engineer, explain to me how you build a house. The fellow will be able to tie it down to 3 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. But then I also know lah. You know what I'm saying? So, what I have given to you are a lot of, some sort of information about Sotapanna. At the end of which, we're going to have a little exercise where we will put down on board or whatever I feel like doing. We'll put it down and make it bite-sized, digestible. That's our challenge. Which means next time someone asks you, you can explain. It means you understand. Okay? That's our challenge. Sarakāni. Sarakāni is this individual who passed away, and because in his lifetime he loves a good drink. And then people kind of assume that because he loved a good drink, he could not possibly make his way to the Dewa realm. And so after he passed away, Buddha was asked, what's the destination of Sarakāni? And the Buddha said, he's a street emperor. And people complain. Ancient Sakyans also very whiny. They complain that, you, if he can do it, why can't we? I mean, even he can do it, we also can, or anybody also can. That was the problem. And Mahanama, who was a staunch, he's the first cousin of the Buddha, he was a staunch supporter of the Buddha, quickly went to tell the Buddha, report to the Buddha, oops, sir, people are complaining. And then say, they are saying, he's a drunkard, how did he, they're complaining. Then Buddha said, when a lay follower has gone for refuge over a long time to the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, how could he go to the nether world? For if one speaking rightly were to say of anyone, he was a lay follower who had gone for refuge for a long time to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, it is of Sarakāni, Sakyan, the one could rightly say so. And then he talks about confirm confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and this is what I want to bring to your attention. He is one of joyous wisdom, of swift wisdom, and he has attained liberation by the destruction of the teens. In this very life, he has he enters and dwells in the taintless liberation of mind, liberation by wisdom, realizing it for himself with direct knowledge. This person is free from hell, the animal realm, and the domain of ghosts, free from the plane of misery, the bad destinations, the nether world. This is another condition of a Sotapanna. Joyous wisdom, swift wisdom.
Joyous wisdom fulfills all the steps of training.
Joyous wisdom, the wisdom brings him joy.
Yeah. Full of joy, inspiration and delight.
The knowledge, you see, you sit there, you listen to the Dhamma, there were moments your joy arose, yes. At that moment, it means you understood. Whatever little bit that you understand, that understanding that triggers the arising of joy in you, that is right understanding. Subconsciously, your mind held it and delighted in it. If you say, I didn't feel like that, it means don't have more. The joy didn't trigger, you didn't understand. Wisdom never arose at that moment. You say, yeah, but I read a lot. It has nothing to do with reading. The mind connects with the information. The mind understands. Subconsciously, your mind rejoices. Consciously, you experience the joy. Okay? The technicality is not important. The technicality is not important. Someone watching sunset realizes the theming of life, joy arises. There is a wisdom connecting there. There are no steps. You see that? The scientist who sat there would talk about the rotation of the earth. He has a lot of wisdom. But he didn't see that which changes the mind because it touches the heart. So, the Dhamma, if it touches you and you feel joy, good enough. Can joy be manufactured? You tell me. Can joy be manufactured? Can or not? You don't understand, then people joy, you joy. Can or not? You know for yourself whether you can or you cannot. For the ones who truly experience the moment of understanding, the joy can be so powerful. They sit there and they bow in tears. That's joy. That is joyous wisdom. Buddha was describing that about him. This Sarakāni, when he understood, his joy exploded. Joyous wisdom. He was joyous upon realizing with wisdom. Swift wisdom. Quick. He understood. As the Buddha spoke, he understood. It's intuitive wisdom. Spontaneous, intuitive, not constructed. No need to think so hard. The harder you think, the more it's constructed. You don't actually have to think. You sit back, you let the knowledge sink in, you wait a moment, it should come back out. If nothing comes out, you didn't get it right. You think very hard and it comes out, you thought it through. Not the same. So, Buddha put them together. He is one of joyous wisdom, of swift wisdom, attained liberation. The mind felt free. Free of what? Free of use. Free of the sense of mind-made I. Your mind makes illusion and reality, mind-made reality. The mind makes it up. At the moment when the mind goes quiet, at that moment, the mind is at peace. There's a sense of lifting. Okay, what do I mean? Who is a father here? Okay, who is a father? Who is a mother here? In front of your children, how do you behave? And how do you behave when you're with your best friend? Why? Why? I'm asking you why. Because in front of your friend, you are free to be as you are. In front of your kids, you are a parent. How does one behave in life? I'm a teacher. But it's just serious one. Cannot eat gaga laugh at you. Laugh with you. Cannot. The people know respect me. Like that jialat lah. Cannot laugh, cannot see my shoes. Free of mind. If you are a sotapanna, minimally, you shouldn't be too caught up about yourself. If you're very caught up about yourself, what kind of freedom you're talking about? It's just like that. This is what the Buddha said in Siwakong, eh? Attain liberation, free of the mind. You think everybody walks around with shackles? Ah? Why do you need this word liberation? Everybody walks around with shackles of the mind. I must be like this. I must behave like that. I have to be I must measure my steps. Not too far. Not too near. Like geisha like that. That's good, right? Geisha, right? Geisha. It's too near. But if you walk like that, that's too far. And so how do you walk? Must be 3 feet. Is it how many feet apart? 2 feet. 2 feet apart. You become very, very locked into whose mind? Your mind-made ideas. So I kept saying that views shackle. Views shackle. And some people may say, yeah, but you know the monks also must behave very well, very properly. Did you even hear what was required of them in terms of the practice? The only reason why they have to do certain things is mindfulness. In their practice, they are mindful. Practice, training. But once their training is over, Buddha doesn't go and hound them about things. You remember the monk, the Arahant, who was in the forest going, oh, this is so nice, this is so nice. Joy, joy, oh joy. And people complain to Buddha. He always joy, joy. He enjoys himself. The Buddha never said, hey, you, please, can you don't go around? I joy, don't. Buddha never said that. Buddha said, you just explain to them what's going on. That's it. We have a lot of mind-made ideas. If you have entered the stream, according to this, your mind-made ideas should start to diminish. Because you know, mind-made are things. Mind-made reality. What is more important, actually, is your conduct. by the destruction of the taints. These are the factors, the three factors. But if you think about it, right? If you are walking this path and you are sincere about walking this path, the first thing you should be careful about is don't cause harm. Don't cause harm to another and to yourself. Don't worry about what ultimately is Nibbana. No. You are not even at the first step. Don't cause harm to another and to yourself. That one is the first step. Based on an understanding of reality as is. Anicca, dukkha, anatta, don't cause harm. And it's very interesting. Here it says, in this very life he enters and dwells in the taintless liberation of the mind. You see, when your mind has views, when your mind has ego and I, when the mind has all these, when the mind is full of lobha dosa, very strong, all those are your pains. And then your mind feels trapped. If you start to peel away views, thoughts, ideas about yourself, about the self, you start to peel away those, you will feel that actually it's easier to live. It's an easier life. Actually, that's liberation by wisdom. Liberation by mind. Liberation of mind is a quiet mind. Liberation by wisdom is with understanding you begin to let go of the views. Liberation of mind, when you don't think a lot, the mind is quiet. When you're not having too many thoughts and being caught up in yourself, the mind is quiet. So this guy, notwithstanding that he drinks, his mind is quiet. Realizing it for himself with direct knowledge is his experience of the Noble Truths. His experience of the Dhamma, Anicca, dukkha, anatta. His experience with conditionality. Okay, this is about the stream enterer, but look on. Some person, possessive, confirm confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, joyous wisdom, swift wisdom, yet he has not attained liberation. Sorry, the other one was talking about Arahant. Here we're talking about the people who are... Sorry, the other one is talking about the Arahant. This one we're talking... No, just Anagamis. Sorry, let me just look. Yes, this is it. Sorry. This is the Aragamis. Yet he has not... Okay, turn that one away. Yet he has not attained liberation. With the destruction of the 5 lower fetters, become one of spontaneous birth. You attain Nibbana. They... to attain Nibbana, there without returning from the world, this person too is free from hell, animal realm, and the domain of gods, free from the plane of misery, death, decision, and then the world. Then we go on. Not one of joyous wisdom, nor one of swift wisdom has not attained liberation. With the destruction of 3 fetters, and with the diminishing of greed, hatred, and delusion, is the one's returner who, after coming back to this world one more time, makes an end to suffering. It goes on, and then the next one is your Sotapanna. But the last one is the one that I want to bring it down, the last 2. Some people does not possess confirmed confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, not of joyous wisdom, nor of swift wisdom, has not attained liberation. But he has 5 qualities: faculty of faith, of energy, of mindfulness, and concentration, and wisdom. And the teachings proclaimed by the Tathagata are accepted by him after being pondered to a significant degree with wisdom. This is a practitioner. Because the 5 mental faculties, faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom, these 5 mental energies are required, key requirement for Nibbana. This actually is also the Eightfold Path, breakup. But this one is practitioner. Sorry? More. All your 37 factors of enlightenment for each of the category, they can be broken down into these 5 core mental faculties. 5 indriyas, 5 balas, even 7 factors, they're all this. Okay? But you look at the next one. So this is a practitioner. Do you consider yourself practitioners? Not yet. Okay, next. See whether the next one covers you. Some person does not possess confirmed confidence in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, not of joyous wisdom, nor of swift wisdom, has not attained liberation. But he has the faculty of faith, wisdom, sufficient faith, sufficient devotion. Even he does not go to hell, and so on and so forth. This is the one. Sufficient faith, sufficient devotion. Why? Because this person will uphold virtues. You have faith in the Buddha. If you have faith in the Buddha, would you not even uphold 5 precepts? If you have faith in the Buddha, 5 precepts are your lowest bar. The 5 precepts are your lowest bar. If you think about it. And what does it mean by upholding the 5 precepts? Because many of you will say, oh, I belong to this category. Whatever Buddha say, you will do. And he said, the 4 unwholesome speech, right? The 4 unwholesome speech. What are they? False speech, harsh speech, slanderous speech, frivolous talk. Okay. You take these 4 and you ask yourself this. You ask yourself this, huh? Are you the type that will occasionally end up with one of those? Especially the 4th one. Right? Especially the 4th one. Idle chit-chat. Do you know why that one is so problematic? And all of them are problematic? Because all 4 are driven by lobha dosa. All 4. Either lobha or dosa or both. Moha is a given. Either lobha or dosa or both. If your mind has lobha or dosa, any one of these 4 will pop up. That's all. And if you are totally devoted to the Buddha, you will try. You will try and you will try and overcome your own habits, because we have very strong habits. We have very strong habits. And if you say, no, I'm an absolute follower of the Buddha, but you know for yourself, this small part, okay, maybe not telling lies, because most people reach a certain level of practice, or a certain level of understanding, they stop having falsehood as a part. But harsh speech, slander maybe not so much, but harsh speech. Do you know why that 4 is placed like this? If you think about it, right? In Bali, Musa Wada, Isuna Wajja, Pakusa Wajja, Sampapampa. It's in that sequence. Musa Wada, the most jala of them all. And if you start to be a Buddhist, you will learn to not Musa Wada, not Musa Wada. Then slander. Not very common. Slander actually means what? You talk bad with the intention of making that person look bad and spoiling relationship. You're very clear in your mind. There is an intention to undermine the reputation of the person. Even if you say it nicely. It's your intention. If your intention is to make that person look bad, even if you say it nicely, you are not nice. You are not the Buddha's disciple. So sometimes people are not quite skillful, you know. They're skillful enough not to make it so obvious. Tell you here, blah 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 blah. Sometimes they're skillful, they don't say it like this. They will say it like this. Don't know why he does that, huh? What you think, huh? Why you think? Like that also count. Like that is also, it's what's in your mind. It's what's in your mind. You don't have to say it in a very nasty way. You know. Intention shapes karma. Intention is karma. So whatever that pops up in your mind and your intent is to make somebody look bad, Pisuna Vajja. Okay, then there's this one about Parusa. Parusa is more common, right? Parusa is harsh speech. It's more common, right? Hey, what you? Hello? Parusa Vajja. Like that also. Is it dosa in your mind? If there is ill will in your mind, count already. Count. 1 minute, huh? Count already. And the last one, Sampapalapa. That one is very often triggered by pleasure. It's desire that causes you to do chit-chat. Hey, tell me about your retreat, tell me about your trip. Very interesting, man. Hey, what did he do? What did he do? What did she do? Okay? Him first and then your turn. You have a question?
If I want my best friend or want my relative, be careful with this guy. He's not responsible. He borrow money, he don't return money.
Is that really him?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's really him, then you're not Pisuna Wachaing. It's not a slander. Slander has a legal definition. Slander has to be deliberately make the fellow look bad. The intention is to make him look bad. He never borrow money. You go around and say he borrowed money, never returned. That's slander. But if you say, look, be careful, okay? We know that this is happening. You be careful. That's the truth. Yes. If you are a monk and you are practicing for Nibbana, you don't say. But you're not monk. Because as a monk practicing, they don't touch the world anymore. You don't go mess up his world. Bante, Bante, I tell you. You know what the Chinese will say? 罪过, 罪过. He got money, Bante has no money to lend the world, but tell him for what? You know what I'm saying? But if indeed it is true, somebody did go around borrow money, and then you say, oh, you know, I better protect my mother, protect my people, protect people.
Yeah.
Someone, but you don't put 登报纸, you don't go and advertise in newspaper, so and so, IC number, what and what. He go around borrow money, be careful, put on Facebook. You don't do it like that. But someone comes to you and says, oh, he wants to borrow some money from me, you know, factual. Such and such a day, I heard he had borrowed from 2 people. You better be clear of your facts. Borrowed from 2 people. Or he borrowed from me. This is 3 months later. I haven't got it back. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And can you say it without anger? Can you say it without anger? Because there are 5 conditions for right speech. There are 5 conditions for right speech. What are they?
True.
The truth,
Beneficial.
to the benefit of somebody's welfare. What else?
Kind.
Kindly. What else?
Kind.
Pleasing. Pleasing. Meaning to say, in the manner that you speak, you didn't put people off already. And what's the last one? Metta in your heart. Metta in your heart. That's the hard one. Sometimes he has a fever, sometimes he didn't. But I always put in this 5th one because before you talk, can you see in your heart, is it wholesome or unwholesome? Sometimes you go and tell people what is obviously a fact. So and so did borrow money all over the place. It's a fact. But the way that you say it is with all this agitation and anger burning away. You know what? Better not say. You're burning your mind. Just wait until your mind has calmed down first. Okay? Sampapalapa, very often it has to do with pleasure. So watch how your mind chases after delight and it starts talking. Okay?
Harsh speech on my grandchildren with good intention.
Harsh is harsh. Just now we talked about the 5 conditions, ma. You can teach with good intention and good voice. Usually, this is how I will advise people to do it. How do you want to be taught?
In a nice way.
You think about it. Treat another the way you like to be treated. How do you like to be taught? We're very cute. I ask you this question. This one is about, do you tell the dying that he's going to die? You know, someone got diagnosed cancer, 3 months left, right? 讲还是不讲? Okay, let me ask you, how many of you will say 讲? How many of you will say 不讲? Who say 不讲? Okay, who say 讲? The rest, so many pair of head, oh what? Beta. No, there's no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. I'm just asking you, we start again, We start again. Hello. Shh. Start again. Who say must tell the person he's dying, hello uncle, 3 months? Who say like that?
Not like that.
Factual. Uncle, with kindness in my heart, only 3 months. Okay, who say like? Who will say, you just tell the truth? Okay? Then who say, there's no need to say. Why say? Okay. There is no true or right or wrong answer. Okay, no need to say. Then now I ask you, suppose I say, you have only 3 months. If you have only 3 months, who said, let me know? Who said, I don't want to know, I don't want to know? Can you all see the strange situation? You want people to tell you, but you don't want to tell people. That's why I said there is no right or wrong answer. So it is your judgment to make. Would you like someone to judge for you? Sure. Okay.
Please tell me. I don't want to judge me. I will tell them straight.
Then you are right. Then this is correct. The point is this. Do for another what you want another to do for you. You're right. You have to exercise some judgment. But it is not for you to judge also. You exercise judgment doesn't mean you are the final arbiter. I think maybe not. Then you have to figure out a way to do it gently. And why would you want to do it? Why would you want to do it? Is it for you to decide? You know what I'm saying? So, the point is this. Do for another what you want another to do for you. Sometimes people say, oh, don't discipline them. Would you want people to tell you right from wrong?
Yes.
So that you can grow, be a better person,
Yes.
be a happier person.
Yes.
Then you will do it. Get it? Then how would you like to be told? Would you like someone to scold you?
No.
You want someone to explain to you why. Why cannot? Why cannot? You want someone to take the time to sit with you and explain, but to do it out of love. And then you will do the same. You will do it out of love. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that you like another to do for you, do for another. That's all. Very easy. Very easy. Buddha's teaching is not complex. Humans, very the KPO, make it complex. But Buddha's teaching was not complex. Not complex, but beautiful. Okay? You know, we don't have time to just go on and on and on and on. No. You know what? I think I should not do so many. We just do one more and then we'll go for some beer.
So this one finish off.
Yeah, finish. Oh, wait.
Sorry. Coming back to this Sarakāni,
Ah.
the one we talked, the last category, you said he has sufficient faith in the Paramatma.
Yes.
Is it the faith follower?
Uh,
The one above it, is it the Dhamma follower?
You know what's the difference between a faith follower and a Dhamma follower? Oh, this class, quite cannot. No. Fierce. You must thank Brother Hui, okay? A Dhamma follower is someone who has to work out the Dhamma for himself in his mind. He hears, and then he has to reflect, and then he has to get it. Connect. He has to connect it in his mind. Then he will do. It does not mean he's smarter or dumber. It has nothing to do with cognitive abilities. Some people will think that the Dhamma follower must be the smarter one, the wiser one. No, it's nothing to do with it. It's how the mind works. If you like, it is the level of skepticism. The level of skepticism. Let me tell you, I'm a faith follower. My friends will tell you, I'm damn hopeless one. Buddha say what, I do what. But you know what? No. Even early days also, Buddha say what, I do what. I'm an absolute faith follower. You can be very highly educated and a faith follower. You can have not much of an education and you're a Dhamma follower. What it means by Dhamma follower means the teaching has to make sense to you. only then will you say Buddha, correct, Buddha's right. If you cannot understand the teaching, then no matter what, you can't connect with the Buddha. So what does this mean? If you're a Dhamma follower, you jolly well read more Dhamma. You have to read, you have to practice and read until you get it. Sorry, that's your problem. That's the problem you carry, the cross you bear, if you like. But if you are a faith follower, you better get the right Dhamma. Otherwise you're waiting on the banana tree happily. Singing a funny tune, but that's you, your banana tree. You're barking up the wrong trees, ma. So both sides have their own problems. But the defining feature is how much of it do you need to read, learn, understand? How do you overcome your own instinctive skepticism? That's the difference. Okay? Someone want to ask a question? Shall we go straight to pour some beer? I'm very tired.
Sister Sylvia,
Oh, wait.
Sister Sylvia,
Oh,
last question on this.
actually, I have one more sutta.
Sarakāni. This Sarakāni,
Ah.
although his behavior contradicts the fifth precept, I'm assuming that although he drinks, he may get drunk, but he did not harm anyone. That's
You
why-
assuming he got drunk.
Even if he get drunk, I'm assuming that even no.
Yes, he would never harm anyone. You know this thing about drinking, right? Again, the cultural context is important. If you are familiar with sutta, I'm assuming you're all familiar with suttas. You should start off with saying, since you're all familiar with sutta, are you aware that there was one period in the Buddha's teaching where he didn't talk about a fifth precept? In the Sigālovatta, if you go and look at the Sigālovatta, the initial period he talked about the morality, he actually had 4. There was no fifth precept. The fifth precept came about when even monks drank at one stage. Okay? And he had to do it to protect monks and lay people. The fifth precept was introduced to protect people. Why? Why did he have to introduce that? Because in his time, it was a cultural practice to drink and make merry on special days, or even on any day. They can lay their hands on the liquor, they're very happy they drink. And when they do that, naturally, bad things can happen. All kinds of misbehavior will happen. So it was a cultural problem of his time. He put it in to protect people. Lay people don't drink, they won't give liquor to monks. Lay people drink, hard to say, because the lay people very cute one. You do dana. You dana your bante with the best things you like have, right? You like to eat. You like to eat this, bante will like to eat this. So you like your favorite XO, bante must have XO. Unfortunately, that led to this poor monk being intoxicated. But the fortunate thing is, because the poor monk was intoxicated, this is a jhana monk, by the way. The poor monk who got intoxicated, do you know what happened? He was so powerful in his jhana, he can subdue the nagas. So they all, oh, celebrate, celebrate. Then they went to ask some nasty monks, how should they dana him, because they want to dana him, honor him. Those bad monks told them, give him liquor. As much as you can. Everybody in the town gave him liquor. Because he went on his arms round, everybody pour liquor, pour liquor, pour liquor, he got one bowl of liquor. Like that, that's how bad things can happen. Okay? I just want to do this one. I think it's worth... yeah. I will do this one as the last stanza. Same thing, so, SN 55.40.
SN 55 ah?
SN 55.40. Nandiya. Nandiya. Have you ever seen Nandiya before? You've done Nandiya before? Okay. I'm doing this for my friends from Singapore. You see, this is the one where he talks about a regular person who may be spiritually very well enlightened, but in terms of conduct and behavior, not diligent. Meaning you live your regular lay life and you happily be a lay person. And you indulge and you happily live your merry life. Are you all ready? On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling among the Sakyans at Kapilavatthu. Then Nandiya, the Sakyan, approached the Blessed One, paid respect and said to him, when the four factors of stream entry are completely and totally non-existent in the noble disciple, would that noble disciple dwell negligently? Nandiya, I say that one in whom the four factors of stream entry are completely and totally absent is an outsider, one who stands in the faction of worldlings. Meaning he does not have confidence in the absolute confirmed confidence of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and the virtues. So that's the four factors of stream entries. Then he said, Buddha said, but Nandiya, how a noble disciple is one who dwells negligently, and one who dwells diligently. Meaning you can have stream enterers, meaning they have the four conditions of stream entry. So confirm confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and the virtues. Okay? But he can be diligent or negligent. He can dwell diligently or negligently. Okay? How is a noble disciple one who dwells negligently? So you see, he presents confirmed confidence 1, 2, 3, 4. But he does not make further effort for solitude by day, nor for seclusion by night, at night. I repeat, did not make further effort for solitude by day, nor for seclusion by night. Meaning, he didn't give himself time for the mind to be alone and aware. He didn't go inwards, become aware of the mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you all understand what I'm saying? No, it's not, this is not just meditation. No quiet mind. He didn't give himself time for the mind to become aware. Be in the present. He 丢了，这个剩了，不做工。Yes, if he meditates, even better. But if he doesn't even have meditation as a regular thing, then minimally his mind must go quiet. Watch the mind, be mindful in his things, don't talk to people. Seclusion and solitude means not engaging outwards. Talking, chatting. Don't do that. Every time you engage outwards, your mind comes out to play. It will not be diligent. You cannot be very mindful when you are chatting, especially if your chatting is samba, alapa, for sure. Okay? Then I go on. This particular one can even argue that this is about sitting, some degree of quiet meditation. But we're not talking about jhana here. Buddha never say anything about jhana here. It is quiet, sitting, breathing. Just watch the mind. Watch this awareness of breathing. Then the Buddha said, when he dwells negligently, there is no gladness. When there is no gladness, there is no rapture. When there is no rapture, there is no tranquility. When there is no tranquility, he dwells in suffering. You can almost then here make the case, this is about some degree of meditation. Iti, sukha, amojja. These are all conditions of the mind when the mind goes quiet. But again, as I said, no mention of jhana here. This is a quiet mind. This is a quiet mind that we have always, I would say, kusala. Kusala, and now the mind goes quiet, stay in the quiet, not caught up in things. When there is no tranquility, he dwells in dukkha. Meaning to say, even if you have entered the stream, this is talking about stream enterer, right? Even if you have entered the stream, if you don't go back and anchor the mind in the present, you can get caught up and craving goes crazy. It can still happen.
Relax.
Relax means what? I know what you know. Can you don't remember mathematics? 1 + 1 is? When the mind is not concentrated, the mind of one who has dukkha does not become concentrated. When the mind is not concentrated, phenomena do not become manifest. Because phenomena do not become manifest, he is reckoned as one who dwells negligently. What is this about phenomena manifesting? Phenomena, anicca, not obvious to you, you relax. Your worldview, remember the worldview I talk about, right view? You revert to your old view. You revert to the way you see things. Phenomena becomes manifest, means your mental states, your physical states, how you see the world, is all wrapped up with anicca. You see impermanence. You see how your mind wants to engage and cling and chase. You miss the Dhamma. You lost the Dhamma because you're caught up in the stories of the world. Your world is mind making happy worlds. And this is despite the fact that you have seen and understood. Okay? So basically what is said here is that this implies that Buddha takes it as a matter of course that when he first understood the phenomenon, when he first understood, the mind must have gone quiet enough for him to see the phenomenon as manifest, right? Because now he's saying the guy cannot repeat broadcast. You understand what I'm saying? How did he enter that stream? He must have seen nature. He must have seen conditionality. In his very, whatever way he saw the mind, the nature of the mind as is. At that point, when he had that experience, his mind would have had all these conditions. And what are the conditions? Gladness, rapture, tranquility. When another Pindika sat before the Buddha, he had gladness, rapture, tranquility. That is why when he sat there, he could concentrate on everything the Buddha said. And he said to himself, when this is, that is. The arising of this, that arises. It's all the mental states. He saw changing mental states. But that is not jhana. Who is talking about jhana? This is a quiet mind. The mind went quiet. And then when mind went quiet, he saw the features of the mind as is. Then that's it. No more doubt in the Buddha, no more doubt in the Dhamma. Buddha's right, Dhamma's right, this is the nature of my mind. Got it. Sweet. And then after that, he's so happy, he didn't practice. Not him lah, not Pindika did. But this big person, he didn't practice. He didn't spend his time consolidating quiet mind to continue seeing for himself, indeed it is true, impermanence. But because as long as you do not consolidate for your mind impermanence, you won't, your clinging will continue. Relentless. Then die already, spring again. That is why, not here in this set of sutta, I think it's in Anguttara Nikaya, there was a sutta where it was said, stream enterers, 3 types. One type, at most 7 lives. Second type, 1 life, Ekka Bija. Another type, 2, 3, I think. Was it 2, 3 or 3, 4? No, whatever, couple of lives. A few more lives. And that one is called home to home. Meaning, born a human, live home to home. Good life, but will experience the Dhamma and attainment as a human. Okay? A-N. About 3?
About 3.
Probably lah.
Yeah.
Where I find it and I tell you what. Okay? We'll take a break. And then we'll look at some here.